Well, we've been a church for, since the 1980s. And our church never had a name. We registered as a church under the name World Harmonic Unified Ministers, which is the name of the kind of Uber umbrella organization that actually is responsible for any churches formed. But as far as the church that people attend, if you notice, if you look at our website, there's no church name on it. And I came up with this concept of, you know, for a talk, this is the talk, or maybe one of a series of talks about how God makes you perfect. And that gave me the name of the church. And the name of the church is Inner Vision. You know, like television, but with inner substituted for tele. and we are the church of Inner Vision. And God makes you perfect when you exercise your inner vision, which is what this enables you to do, because this is a checking mechanism. And for example, if I say I can kill a virus, I may be lying or telling the truth, I don't know, but if I say I can kill a virus and God moves my finger, then it's, I have a corroboration. So the idea of this whole deal is to let God talk to us using our fingers, and we can make statements, ask questions, whatever we want, which is how I have cured a series of medically incurable diseases. So welcome to the First Church of Inner Vision. And we all have it, and it is a matter of allowing God to guide us in the use of our inner vision, so that we know that we are using our inner vision instead of being influenced or having a thought, or just floundering in our uncertainty and struggle. And it's really quite a difference. There's quite a difference. I have changed dramatically over many years, and it's because of this. Because your immune system, there's three aspects to your immune system: physical, emotional, and spiritual. There is no such thing as a mental immune system. but there is such a thing as an emotional immune system. And let me tell you a story. A woman came to me with a medically incurable disease. Many people have, and I have helped many people. And also, I have supported other people in helping many people. This has spread around the world. There's people all over the world who do this. The only problem is that we all run into the same problem, is that talking about it just gets us in trouble, which is why we keep saying, don't tell anybody about Immunix. I mean, actually, it's okay to tell people about inner vision, because I think that's a concept people can relate to. Immunix sounds strange, and people, Immunix is literally the raising of your immune system. except it's not the physical immune system. It's inclusive. It includes the physical immune system, but it's a lot more than that. And it is, what happens is, if you raise one immune area, like for example, you become more spiritually immune, then your physical immune system becomes easier to rehabilitate, which is why also I have failed to help so many people who came to me, but who just weren't able to handle what it took. And this, and also, you could say that it's all my fault. Actually, you could say that. And when I tell you the story of this woman, you can see how it could just be my fault, because I just didn't know then what I know now. So, she was responsible for finding it out. We're all as responsible as each other for finding out what we need to find out. And we all have the same abilities. We've got a relationship with God, and we have our fingers, hopefully. Hopefully I'm not talking to anybody who doesn't have fingers, but if you don't have fingers, you can figure out how to get an eye twitch or some other thing. If you don't have eyelids, well, that can be a problem. I don't know what to tell you. But you could actually use an eye twitch to get your signal, but it doesn't show up as well on camera. And besides, I don't want to demonstrate eye twitches on a video. I wouldn't be comfortable doing that somehow. But anyway, to get back to Wendy, her name was. I'll get back to Wendy. She had a serious a medical problem. And she didn't have a mental problem. She was okay mentally, but she did have, obviously, an emotional problem. And we started, we had a few meetings, and she did fine. She was doing great, in fact, I think some of them became videos. Wouldn't know where to find them at this point, but, anyway, and then she came to me and she said to me that she wasn't going to do this anymore, because she talked to her daughter, and her daughter said to her, "Mom, you're not broken, so you don't need to be fixed." And she was broken. That was why she came to me in the first place, okay? But I did not say that, and I didn't realize that her immune system was simply compromised emotionally when it came to dealing with her daughter. She could not deal with her child, who was now grown, presumably, and now behaving like she was her mother. And so what Wendy needed to say to her daughter was, "Mother, please, I'd rather do it myself." Anyway, so it was just an example of somebody who didn't cure something and also didn't die of it. And I think that what we did together did her a lot of good. And she is, also a lot of times people benefit from working with me and or doing this with, without realizing even that it was this that did anything for them. They just don't want to face that. And of course they don't, make the God connection that they could have made. Because that's what this really is. It's a God connection. So they don't get to that, but they get a benefit, some benefit or other. And you really, people used to ask me, how long does it take to cure my herpes? And I used to tell them, well, probably only maybe a few hours, because my symptoms disappeared immediately, And that was a big mistake because it takes the rest of your life. And I just didn't know that at the time. That was something that was just another thing they had to find out. And I didn't realize that they would decide it didn't work if, for example, if the thing didn't stay away, they would decide, well, it didn't work. And, I didn't know much about how people's minds work, I guess, so I couldn't help them. It's funny because I used to be a shrink, and I did self-help courses for many, many years and all this, and you'd think I would know these things, but I'm as dumb as everybody else in the area of dealing with people. So to everyone who I have failed so miserably in my attempts to help you, I'm sorry, and you're really just going to have to help yourself. And if you use your inner vision, you can. It's sort of like television, but with inner.